a different vibe. I free my mind. I free inside. No stress and no bad mind. No comments, no bad eye. I feel alive. Cause mass is life. Mass is life. I can't tell no lie. No lie. Carnival is one of the best experience in life. To life. I never feel a better feeling yet. You see me,
Fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Welcome back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is 9:25 here in St. Vincent and the Eastern Caribbean. And you are listening to Ari and with me, Christal. And we are Activated Morning. This morning, this is our open forum or Talk to Me If You May, where you call 457-9997 or WhatsApp 457-9997, where you can also place calls. And we'll discuss whatever it is that you want to talk about this morning. We're also live on YouTube and Facebook at WEFM 99 SVG.
Sorry. This guy has been singing this song all my life. I've been driving without license 40 years without a license. This is
It's
madness.
40, I thought it was 20.
40. He says it was not until the senior magistrate asked Williams how long he had gone without owning a driver's permit that the police were finding out that he had been driving without one for approximately 40 years.
But then how is his vehicle insured?
You don't need a driver's license to insure your
Yes.
vehicle, do you?
Yes, if you're renewing your insurance, it asks to see your driver's license.
This is like KYC. You know him for such a long time, and he has been such a good customer. Like we know him. We don't
What's
need
the name?
it.
Eldon? What's the name?
I don't know, boy.
The name there?
I don't know.
The name
Yeah.
there?
Joseph Williams. And
Joseph
the story is coming
Williams,
from
sorry.
Searchlight, by the way.
So you're like, oh, that's just Joseph.
That's wild.
Joseph just pay a bill. I know you are your license. You're driving for years, Joseph.
Maybe it was that when he got his license. No, Lord, sorry, he doesn't have a license. When he got his insurance
Oh,
at
he
the
does
time.
not have one at all?
Okay. Story real short. Let me go through this. 64-year-old man. He's like ready to go home and watch recap with Golden Girls of Chester Cottage has been driving a vehicle for approximately 40 years without being the holder of a driver's license. So 40 years. And this was only discovered when he appeared in court to answer a charge relating to his driving status. Williams appeared at the Kingston Magistrates Court, KMC, before Senior Magistrate Colin John on Thursday, April 4th, 2024, where he pleaded guilty that on Monday, April 1st, 2024, at the Camden Park Public Road, down the road, being the driver of motor vehicle PJ 548, plate for treaty. He did drive that said vehicle 548, for real, not plate for treaty. Vehicle without a driver's permit. Williams also pleaded guilty to driving the said vehicle without there being enforced a policy, of insurance in respect of third-party risk. So it didn't have insurance at the time.
It cannot have insurance.
And for driving the vehicle without a license. Williams was charged for these offenses when the police was called to the scene of an accident. Oh.
Answer
that's
6
how he
days
got
in your
caught.
40. So
Where-
you tell him, Ann. You tell her. Tell her.
Where another vehicle allegedly crashed into the vehicle he was driving. I don't know, whatever prayer he has been saying for 40 years, I need the exact words. Because clearly, you have been blessed. It was not to not be in an accident for 40 years either, because if he had gotten into an accident, then they would have found out.
No. If
If you
people
drove
driving
on-
without the license that hit people and put them off on the spot and go with it.
Okay, well, if it
Yeah.
had okay. It was not until the senior magistrate asked Williams how long he had gone without, and then he said 40 years. Finding out that he had been driving without one for approximately 40 years. When John asked Williams when was the last time he was in possession of a driver's permit, he responded 80s, early 90s. Boss was like, anybody got time for that?
Christal, this is what you call being getting fair treatment under both governments. Because he would have been driving like this under the NDP and the U. I'm proud of this. I'm proud. And they say that democracy isn't fair. I'm proud of this.
He's the best person to talk about the condition on the roads too. You know what I'm saying? Williams told the court that he was born in 1960. I was born in 1960. And I
What?
spent the last couple years of my
Why?
life working
Why?
as a mechanic at a garage,
Why?
which is owned by one Ken Thomas. That is not Annisville. Ken Thomas Gap is the same Ken Thomas. Senior magistrate told Williams that it is very irresponsible of you for your age, for his age, 40 years. I mean, 60 minus
That's pretty ageist.
64 minus 40.
That's pretty ageist.
That's 24. In his early 20s. Wow, he was a rebel. How many children do you have?
Hey,
When
he's Vin Diesel.
sentencing, John considered Williams' age, his guilty plea. You shouldn't consider his age. I wouldn't consider his age.
Why?
Why not?
Poor-
You've been committing an
poor
offense for
old
40
man.
years.
Poor old man.
40 years.
Joseph, I
He
stand
is
with
as
you.
old as Touch.
Joseph, I stand
When Touch brought up probably moving front, he's like, I ain't paying no more license.
with you.
Touch must have sing this song on it.
Listen,
When you see
leave
the
my friend
reference jump,
Joseph
let's-
alone, eh?
No, okay.
Leave my friend
The
Joseph.
story nearly done.
Good morning, Joseph. I really do hope that you got your license sorted. Morning, Joseph.
Does he have to back pay when sentencing? John considered his
Back pay for?
age. For all the years he ain't gonna license.
Back paper, that is cruel.
I don't know. If I were processing his license right now, I would be like, it's you.
But no, that would mean that if person's not driving, they should continuously pay for their license. If I
Yes.
let my license run out and I'm not driving, I need to pay the money regardless. That's not fair.
If you don't,
There's a
yeah,
car coming in.
you have to
No.
back pay.
Mm-mm.
You have to back pay. If you don't use a driver's license, you have to back pay.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if there's like a grace period after like a certain number of years. It's null and void.
But I do know that
But-
if you're out the country, you can just provide your travel documents and they don't charge you.
Right, but if you're not out the country, you're supposed to be paying your license. I wasn't driving and I had to pay my license when I went to renew. I had to pay back.
Oh.
Pretty sure that happened to me. Good morning.
Good morning, Christal. How are you?
Me good. How you do?
I'm doing all right. And I heard you talking about the guy there that
I was hoping it's
Driving without-
Bumpy.
driver's license.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And back in the days, they had a guy from Richmond Park. I think he passed away newly. They used to call him Wrecker.
Mm-hmm.
And he was driving for donkey years without driving passenger van and everything without license. And one day when they stop him and pull him over, came to court. He don't have no license. You know what they do? They just came straight to barracks and give him his license.
Oh.
Yeah. For all them years he was driving, all they say, and he don't make no accidents and just
I
tell
think
him
back
go
pay
to
is
the barracks and then
cruel.
give him his license.
I think back pay is cruel. All them years, boy? No, boy.
Yep.
You say 40 years?
Sorry.
40 years. 40 years.
All right, Christal,
Yeah.
you all have a good one. Pick up
All
on
right.
yourself.
Same to
Mhm.
you. Thanks. So, how much was license before it went
That's
up?
$4,000, right?
Hold on, eh? How
It was
much
$100.
No. License went up to $100.
Really? Oh, so it's not $4,000. But no, it's probably $4,000. Probably $4,000.
But if he pay like 5 years, give him the 5-year rate, it'll be less than. It wouldn't be $4,000. It's less than that. How much was it? Now $80? $80 a year. Not so. No. Why I can't remember this?
Yeah, somebody saying that it's true. You have to pay for all the years you missed. But I didn't pay for the years I missed. I
You
just
were out of
provided-
the country.
Yeah, I came
Right.
and provided my travel documents and they
You have
forgot
no
about
reason
that.
to. Right.
Yeah.
If you live here, you're here. Then you have to. Back
Suppose I
pay.
go in a coma.
All right.
Suppose I had no
Why you
nose.
just make? Let me take the call because if I let you
Suppose
go
I
down
had
a
no
rabbit hole.
nose.
Good morning.
Morning, call you
But
live.
you can't say 4,000 because remember the price changes
Yeah,
as years go by.
yeah.
It's not like
Yeah.
it was $100 40 years ago.
Yeah.
I had a relative that didn't have no license for 20 years
20 years.
and 20 years and they never got stopped because they were a popular person in Kingston and they had a close relative that was high in the traffic department
Oh no.
and that person gave them and they didn't have to take no test, they just gave them the license.
Is there corruption in the traffic department? That is crazy.
A high person in the traffic department. They give them
Wow.
Yes.
That's absurd.
Oh,
3 minutes now. You got three. You have a 3 minute rule now. So I think the 3 minutes should be like a monologue, right?
No, go
So
ahead.
you
Go
don't
ahead.
talk within that 3 minutes. So because sometimes people give you 2 minutes, they give you 3 minutes, and then they take 2.5 minutes talking, and you only get half a minute.
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead, caller.
Their program. Sometimes you call in, and 30 seconds, 60 seconds into your conversation, they jump in and talk for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then you can't get back in. I think that's not fair.
Thank you,
Another
caller.
thing with I'm born in fire, and talking to a radio host this morning. Sometimes you call a program and they tell you call it to criticize another program or to criticize another host, and they jump in and tell you, man, why don't you call that program or call that host? Okay? But then somebody else call and they criticize another host or another program, and they allow them because they don't want them to criticize that particular host. One other, the last thing, bearing in mind I only got 3 minutes, is that sometimes I find another thing with hosts. It's this X, Y is happening in St. Vincent. They will say, okay, this is happening in St. Lucia, this is happening in Grenada, this is in Antigua. Okay, fair enough. Now if something happening in St. Vincent now, you are call and you say, okay, this is the same thing is happening in Grenada, Antigua. Oh, don't worry about Trinidad, don't worry what they do over there. We're talking about St. Vincent, we ain't talking about them. So it's convenient. You want to use St. Lucia, Grenada, Antigua when it's convenient for you, but the other person mustn't use it when they want to make a point. I know my 3 minutes is up, so have a good morning. Bye.
Thank you. I have to say, I appreciate everybody acknowledging the 3 minutes, the 3 minute rule. I think it's because of what happened yesterday, but I respect. Well, Dave blatantly disrespected me on air. Dismisses me. No, he's going on. He's making a point, and he's going along, talking in circles. So I was like, okay, Dave, if you don't mind, you have already passed the 3 minutes. Could you get to the point? And he's still talking over me. I'm like, Dave, are you ignoring what I'm saying? He's still talking over me. Dave, are you ignoring me? Still talking. I just end the call. I ain't not tolerating them sort of stuff. Is Dave program? Is activated man? Is Ari, Christal, and Dave?
I think I'll need to listen to it to be able to understand exactly the context. Because
yeah. But I appreciate the callers respecting the 3 minutes. Because it's not that you're a host here. We do appreciate the callers' input. We do appreciate your perspectives, your point of view on everything, what information you might have that we might not have. But these segments are 10 to 20 minutes. If you're taking up 5 to 10 minutes speaking, then you might as well join the show. Who's in control? The host or the caller?
The 3 minutes for me, right, is okay. So that's the cap, but it's also an interactive program.
Yeah,
and
the 3 minutes is not if you're interacting with them. The 3 minutes is just them speaking for 3 minutes.
Right. So if it is that you speak without interruptions or without interactions with the host, then 3 minutes. But if we are asking questions in between, because sometimes the callers ask us questions and we answer, then you notice that sometimes it's not just 3 minutes, it goes over.
And that is fair.
I would look at it, okay, I took up 10 seconds of your time, I'll give you back your 10 seconds, let's go. Sometimes the calls go up, so even though we said 3 minutes, sometimes the calls will go up to like 5 minutes.
And that is fair. Minutes. If we're interacting, if we're having an open discussion, then that is fair. But you can't be speaking for all 5 minutes, 6 minutes in a segment.
Uninterrupted.
I don't make no sense.
I gotta check that out. But it's 9:38, so there were some people who sent in some comments earlier on, so I think I'm gonna run through them. But in any event, go pay your license, okay? You don't want to get caught on the road.
Pay license for?
You don't pay your license, you can see.
You can't tell
WEFM radio host feels too. You'll make headlines like how Brown make headlines. There we go.
Not the first time.
Not the first time you pay license? Oh yeah, sure.
Not
because
the first
you went
time
away.
I make headlines. Superstar. But before you read that, we had to point out that the PSU called off the strike at the Argyle International Airport. Definitely have to have a discussion on that on Monday, because that is disappointing. But yeah, so the PSU would not be having that strike. And it's funny, it came right after the PM was saying
he doubts
that
anybody's going to show up. Let's take a call quickly. Hello, good morning.
Hey, caller, you live?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
All right. Let me just say, I must agree with Queens who just called there about people talking about other countries, St. Lucia, Grenada, whatever, for their own purposes, but not for others. But I must say that guy is very brave for driving all those years without a license. What a brave guy. What a brave guy. Wow. I give him credit. I do give him credit. You're laughing. But my call is about the barrel situation with the ammunition at the farm. My wife and I were talking about that yesterday. And I cannot see how this get through in St. Vincent. Because like the caller called before you went to the break and said that someone should be held responsible. Whoever picked that barrel up, I think they should be questioned.
Remember,
the person who...
Remember, no one picked up the barrel, no?
Oh, nobody, but it addressed to somebody.
But they caught it on the scanner.
But what you know, Ari, you speak very authoritative something in New York about America because you seem like you visit here quite a lot. You know what's going on. I don't think that could happen here.
No,
I don't think that would have happened here because they would have let somebody come and pick that barrel up and set the sting out.
Yes, and then they would have
pick it up.
They would have traced it back through the channels that they went through. We don't do that here.
Exactly.
So what a lot of people are saying is the one person who received it or the person who sent it. That's it. But the entire chain should be questioned. And that is when you would find out what's what.
Exactly. You set a sting out for them. Whoever pick it up, you go to that address, you put the police, the unmarked police there, you watch the movement. Every vehicle that go there, you take the registration of the vehicle. I mean, the vehicle license plate could be wrong, could be different, as you know too. They use these things, but every person go there, they come up with a bag or something, you let them come on the street, you search them. You get a search where you search them. Can I see what you have? And where that barrel or what came from, if it's United States or whatever, when they deliver it, they have cameras back there. Every place have a camera now. They can say, well, XY came here and delivered the barrel to be shipped to St. Vincent, wherever. But they got to do something. They got to do something, man.
I agree. You know? I agree.
It's terrible. But you guys, I listen to you guys all the time. Every morning I listen to something, I call something you don't, you know. I guess you guys know who I am by now calling. Anyway, but
yes, sir.
But that's yes, Christal. I'm Christal. What have you learned from Clark Howard? What have you learned from Clark Howard?
I saw behind you here. I saw behind. I listened to like 2. I saw behind.
It's still behind.
2 or 3. Very much so.
Yeah, I love to listen to that, man. I love him. You have some good tips for anybody. Yeah, I've been listening for over 20 odd years.
Yeah, some of the things aren't like relatable to me though, because he was talking about like glasses in one of the episodes. I'm like, okay, I these aren't real, so you know. But I'll continue to listen in my downtime. How to save on like glasses and so on. Stop it, man! I said I don't wear them for real. These aren't real. Jeez. Thank you very much. Ari, could harass people in here?
All right.
Thank you, Carl, for your contribution. You see,
thank you.
Same to you. You see, that contribution I could get behind. Because what I believe happens is the guns come in, they acknowledge that there are guns in the barrel, but they rush in to say that they seize the guns, as opposed to setting up a sting, trying to find out if the person who's collecting the barrel is responsible. Because you just can't assume. If you go and you arrest the person and you say this is the case, then you really have no evidence to bring them to court. You don't have a strong case building there. But if you put up a stink, you follow the person, you see if they hand over the barrel to somebody else and whatever, then you have a leg to stand on. But I think they rush to say that they seize these things.
Now you're giving them ideas.
But it shouldn't be.
I don't think they're gonna send. I don't think they're gonna send. They're gonna find another creative way to get guns in the country now.
Yeah, but unless we start finding out who are the actual people involved, then we won't know. Because if they set up this thing, it could also prove what I was saying, that the person had no knowledge of what is going on. Because if it is that they saw the guns come in on the scanner, and when the person received the barrel, and they intercept the person, and they search the barrel, and the gun's no longer there, what does that mean? That is somebody within either police, customs, or port that's involved in whatever the ring is. No? But we as media persons shouldn't be doing police jobs for them.
We should call in the FBI.
Oh, yeah. We just want to remind everyone that the Searchlight Weekend Edition is out. And the headlines are: man charged with Park Hill double murder, mother of mentally ill man killed by police contradicts their account, gun, bullets seized at Camden Park Port, PSU calls off strike at Argyle International Airport, Searchlight celebrates 29th anniversary, Kingston Tongue Board workers fed up with pay issues, DPP office places High Court in a conundrum, with charges for Georgetown murder, elderly man driving for over 2 decades without a driver's license, more than 100 turnout for Easter kite flying competition, Jaden Williams comes up on top in National Junior Squash Championships. More sports, opinions, Renwick, Dr. Fraser, Bassi, and so much more. Searchlight journalism you can trust online and at newsstands everywhere. It is 9:45. I'm about to make way for our community dateline here this morning.
WEFM.